WLSC Tiger Radio is your station for River Talk 2.0. The same show that you watch on WWMB CW21 and HTC Cable Channel 4 is now on the radio too. River Talk 2.0 with Banana Jack Murphy and the Freakin' Deacon, right here on WLSC Tiger Radio.
Joining me now is Matt Long, a spokesman with Dominion Energy. Thank you so much for joining us, Matt.
Hey, Jack, how you doing this morning?
I'm doing quite well. We have crossed paths virtually many times. Matt was a big part of the old South Carolina radio network, so we appreciate your contributions to keeping folks informed in years past.
Yeah, my pleasure. I started in radio, and I have a huge respect for it.
Well, you've ended up on the public relations side, kind of doing the communications thing for Dominion Energy. And here in Horry County, there are a few customers. You guys have natural gas, I know, over in the Myrtle Beach area.
Yeah, we have it's very much a growing industry, especially in the Myrtle Beach, Grand Strand region. Lots of people are realizing you can keep your home, heated and cooled right now at these gas prices for a lot less than a traditional power company.
Well, we normally just cook. We don't have any of the other appliances and stuff, but I'm really blown away at how inexpensive it is, and I will tell you it's a real blessing. Fortunately for us, the power doesn't go out a lot, but it's a real blessing. I mean, when you turn it on, it's ready to cook. I mean, right then, you don't have to wait for anything to heat up. You're golden. You're good, and so that's a good feeling.
Exactly, and a lot of times your account, you can have a somewhat reasonable prediction of what your bill's going to be, and even right now that a lot of people are staying home with the coronavirus. As I said earlier, natural gas is about the cheapest energy source out there right now. So, I can offer a few more tips if you like to just,
Sure.
Help those people keep their bills down even further.
Absolutely. I'd love to hear them.
Yeah, sure. Well, a lot of it, 65% of the typical residential bill is primarily due to your furnace or air conditioning. And we recommend that during the winter you keep your thermostat around 68 degrees. In the summer it's 78. Right now, obviously, we're in a bit of a flux, so you might want to keep your eye on what the conditions are outside. So, as I said, 78 in the summer, maybe a little warmer. So maybe if you're used to keeping your home around that 68 range, even in the summer, maybe over the course of a few weeks you gradually increase that incrementally. But you can save, over the course of a year, we're talking hundreds of dollars by just setting your thermostat a couple of degrees closer to what the temperature is outside. Also, check your air filters every month. I know I do mine because my crawl space can get very dusty down there, but if your filter is covered in a lot of dust, it's going to decrease the efficiency of your unit. Same with your HVAC vents around your house. There's lots of other tips, but you can go to our website at DominionEnergySC.com to find some more.
Do you have a lot of electrical customers in South Carolina?
We do. They're all primarily from the Columbia region down towards Charleston, and a lot of the area, down to Hilton Head as well, and much of the area in between is primarily where Dominion Energy electric customers are.
Well, I bring that up because, this is uncharted territory that we're going through right now, but the utilities are working just fine. I mean, we don't have any risk of brownouts or blackouts is really what I'm trying to get through with this crisis.
Exactly. That we have been taking precautions on this since January. We were starting to draft the plan together just in case this did pop into the U.S. and become a crisis, which, of course, it ended up doing. So we have taken a lot of safeguards. All of our non-essential employees, those who are not required to keep the power running and keep our plants operating, are working from home, myself included. I'm calling you from the comfort of my dining room right now.
Okay.
And those employees who do have to go into the field, they're following all these safeguards. If you have a call for service at your home right now, gas-wise, you might see some of our workers show up in hazmat gear. Just consider, depending on the situation, if you have flu-like symptoms but your gas isn't working, we're taking as many safeguards as we can right now to protect those employees, which can keep the grid reliable, keep the gas flowing through the pipes, and make sure that your power continues to run during this crisis.
Well, here's a question, and I know you're going to have an answer for it. A lot of folks aren't working, and money gets a little bit tight. The relief that they're expecting hasn't come to the mailbox yet. So what's the status of suspension of service?
We are not disconnecting your power, whether it's electric or gas, if you are not able to pay during this crisis. So you can at least take comfort in that if you're not getting a paycheck, if you've seen a significant slash in your hours worked, if you're furloughed. You do not have to worry about your power being cut off during this state of emergency. However, we are strongly encouraging customers to continue to pay as much as you can because, unfortunately, this just how the law works in South Carolina, we can't simply ignore your bill. So you have to pay what you can. So at the end of all this, your balance isn't an enormous number. So we are strongly encouraging you to pay if you can. But if you cannot, please contact us and help set up a plan going forward to how much you can pay a month, just to make sure once this is all over, you do not have an enormous balance if this goes on, say, 3-4 more months.
Sure, and that's a good tip with anybody that you owe money to. Go ahead and make that call and let them know where you stand, because that will go a long way once we come on the other side of this.
Exactly. We want customers to know that we want to help them. We do not want to disconnect your power, even if there wasn't a crisis going on. We want to help you pay your bill. So again, if you are struggling, just know your power is not going to be cut off tomorrow, but if you reach out to us, we will try to work with you to make sure once this is all over, you are able to continue paying your bills as much as you can.
Talking about disconnects and that sort of thing and calling, how about scams? Is that popping up? I mean, is there information that you guys have? Because you guys aren't going to call someone and say, hey, do this or do that, right?
Especially right now, Jack. As I said, we are no longer disconnecting power if you're not able to pay during this crisis. But unfortunately, there are a lot of scammers hoping people are not aware of that. And so if you get a call while this crisis is going on of any kind saying if you don't pay, your power is going to be cut off, that's obviously a scam because we're not doing that. And even if there was not a crisis going on right now, it is not Dominion Energy's practice to call you and say if you don't pay before the end of today, you're going to lose your power. That's not how we do things. You will have heard from us by mail. You will have, gotten an insert. You will have been some time behind on your bills. This would not have caught you off guard. And I will also say we're recommending, and this is both electric and gas customers, you download our app. You can search Dominion Energy SC on the Google Play or the App Store, and you will find it. And once you just upload the information that would be on any bill you receive would have your account information. You just use that to log in once, and then after that, you can just check that anytime. So if you get a suspicious call, someone saying, hey, we're going to cut off your power at the end of today if you don't forward us $50, all you have to do is pull up your app and say, I paid my bill 2 weeks ago. This is clearly a scam. And one other tip on that same regard, most of these scammers, the way they want you to pay is what they would tell you to buy a prepaid debit card or to wire money. Neither one of those is anything Dominion Energy would ever ask a customer to do. We would have you pay your bills online, check in the mail. Either one of those options is what we would tell you to do. So if you have someone ever, not just power, pretty much any kind of service, call you on the phone, tell you to get a prepaid debit card, money order, something a little weird like that, that's very much a red flag, and you should treat the call accordingly. If you're ever suspicious, just hang up and then look up the actual Dominion Energy number, dial it, and see if your account is actually in some kind of trouble.
No one has a crystal ball or no one knows when this is going to end. But on the other side of this, and we will get on the other side of this, if someone is interested in making the switch, especially to natural gas, because it's clean, it's inexpensive, it's efficient. How does one become a new customer? I mean, are there geographic limitations, or am I just talking out of school here?
Well, the good news is if you live in the Grand Strand region, you are in the geographical region for Dominion Energy's gas side.
Okay.
So if you can go to our website, dominionenergysc.com, and if you even want to, Dominion Energy North Carolina also. So if you're listening to this on the North Carolina side of the border, you are also able to receive gas from Dominion Energy should you want to make that switch. Just go to our website, read a little bit more about it. As I said, right now it's pretty much the cheapest energy source out there on a reliable basis, much cheaper than a coal or and more reliable than a solar because it's going to work on a cloudy day as well. So just know that that is an option out there. For those who are considering, you're probably not going to see prices lower than they are right now.
Thank you so much, Matt, for all the great information from Dominion Energy today.
Of course, Jack, and you stay safe during this crisis. I know for both of us, as you said earlier, we have no crystal ball. We don't know how this is all going to play out. So hope everybody stays safe.
Matt Long, a spokesman with Dominion Energy, joining us today. We'll see you next time on River Talk.